Saber 4 here. Uh, this is a quick video for just a little fun, kind of alongside the spoiler season and the new decks and things like that we'll be putting out. Just wanted to give a little rundown. This is the Unplayable Leader series. These are usually kind of gag decks or really kind of strange out there things. They're not meta at all, but they're fun to take to locals and try and accomplish single goals. I've got a third one. I just haven't put it on the video yet, but we're going to go ahead and give you volumes 1 and 2. Now, volume 1 came in set 1 completely. So this is, came almost completely in set 1. But we just want to kind of talk about this real quick. This is Chewbacca in yellow. This is not something that you're going to go out and crush meta with, but it is something that you can really tinker around with and annoy your friends and just see how big you can get Chewbacca, basically. The whole idea here is that your low-level cards, your crafty smugglers, Alliance X-Wings, things like that, are all able, with Chewbacca's ability, to play with Sentinel. And so you're really stalling your opponents the first several turns until you can get to your bigger things and be able to put out threats like Kanan Jarrus, the unit Chewbacca, which is himself a Sentinel, Obi-Wan Kenobi, Luke Skywalker, and into your flip. What we've seen here is that with Crafty Smuggler, you can play a Sentinel that has a 2/2 shielded, which is incredibly frustrating for a turn 1 or 2 play. You spark somebody and annoy them, followed by Crafty Smuggler as a Sentinel. After you lose a Sentinel, you can come back and surprise strike, or you can throw down a Cloud City Wing Guard, or you can do kind of a lot of different things, but just you can really make that Crafty quite troublesome on the ground, because he's going to survive 2 attacks the round he comes out with Chewbacca's ability. And then once we get up to Chewbacca, the leader himself, he is a small body to start with as far as his attack goes at 2/9, but he is a Sentinel with grit. And we have plenty of things to be able to throw on him. We can throw lightsabers on him. We can throw devotion on him. We can throw an electro staff on him. That's really one of my favorite things. But we have resilient in there as well to be able to really boost what he can do and boost his potential. You want him to be able to get attacked so that he can grow. As I said, clearly this is not going to go out and just beat anything. Jango is going to tear it apart because they're just going to exhaust that Sentinel and not care until they can do something about it. But this is one that once set 1 had kind of played its way out, I brought to locals just to kick around, just to have some fun with. We'll take a look at number 2. Number 2 in my series here, again, we are not really targeting going out and beating people in a normal way. Here we're looking at using Obi-Wan Kenobi as our leader. I put in Pal City because I wanted more health, and I wanted more health because the entire focus of this deck is right here, Satine Kryze. We have a lot of units with a lot of health and the ability to grow them back. And that's kind of the point, is that we want to be able to mill people out. I have tested this a couple of times, and I hate playing it against people because it just frightens and frustrates them. You can reasonably mill somebody to almost nothing left in their deck by the time during Obi-Wan's flip turn. If you get Satine on the board and can put some help on Obi-Wan, either with a electro staff or my favorite play, if I have them in hand, is to go. I have the high ground followed by electro staff followed by a Jedi lightsaber, and yeah, that's a big Obi-Wan swing, but that's also a huge Obi-Wan mill, because you can then tap him and run them out of, what's that, 7, 10. You can run them out of 6 cards with that pretty easily. And then Obi-Wan himself can start to ping and do damage to units if he swings. But it's a giant to be able to turn cards over. And you can really run your turns where you go Satine Kryze into Vigilance into Obi-Wan's flip, or you can Duchess Champion and get Satine the next turn, which allows you to immediately mill 4 with a tiny Sentinel body, but he's not there for his attack. Again, I wouldn't play this against people that I like, just because it is immensely frustrating to play only the 10 cards that you draw, and it is hilarious to watch. But yeah, these are the first two. I've got a Kylo version of this that I took recently that I'll put up at some point, and I played him entirely to steal the land speeder. But these are just little quick fun ones. We'll be back to some of the newer stuff once a little bit more of it gets released and we have opportunity to play with it. But yeah, enjoy.